Hi, Glenn Davis here in Lenexa, Kansas. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the warm applause. And what I'm going to try and do today is show you how to play an acoustic version of the guitar parts on the song Share the Land. And I'm going to go over a couple of licks they do in the beginning, then I'll play the solo. And in there I'm also going to go over the chords that are played in a song. So that should take care of it. And of course I'm using an acoustic. You know, you try and play it up here, it's hard to reach on a dreadnought guitar, so I'll be playing an octave lower down around the 9th fret here. It's all minor pentatonic scale, and so that's a lot easier. To also make it easier for myself, I have electric guitar strings on this acoustic, so it might sound a little twangy, but you know, it's just something we'll deal with. Let's get started. Oh, and afterwards, once I get through playing it once, I'll move the camera up closer so you can see the frets real well and exactly what I'm doing on the licks in the solo. And I tried something at the end of one of my other videos. I called it Math Jokes for Dummies, and that went over pretty good. So I might tell some math jokes for dummies at the end. Yeah, I know. They're not the funniest jokes in the world, but I still like them. So let's get started here. Okay, here's the licks. Now the chords. B minor, E, G, A, D as in dog, and G flat, then B major, G flat, E, B major, G flat, E, and a B major. Okay, let's try the solo. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, thank you. I tried my best. That was a pretty good job. Well, at least for me it was a pretty good job. Let's go over the licks first. It starts out in the beginning on the 7th fret, and I stretch it a little back and forth when I hit the first note and go back and forth between the 7th and 5th. And then up to the B string on the 7th, the G string. So that's the first lick. It's something like that. The second lick is about the same. It goes, now it goes up to the 10th fret, and then back to the G string on the 9th again. So together it's There are the first two looks, and then I went over to chords. I won't do that again. But the solo, it's about the same. It goes starting out on the 7th fret on the E string, then it goes up to the 10th fret of the B string, and it plays that, and it starts slow and then it goes a little faster, but it does it 3 times. It's and then back here on the 7th fret of the B string, the G string, and then the 9th fret of the G string. So it's the next part, you start here on the 7th on the D string and slide to the 9th. So it's just then the G string, the B string, back to the G. Then it does it similar again. It starts on the 9th fret and goes This time, instead of ending on the 7th, we ended on the 9th fret. So it was... Then it goes, hit it one more time and go... Then... So that's kind of like the first part of the solo. And it's all on a minor pentatonic, except we flat to D. It's a D flat instead of a D. So it's really... That's the only notes we're playing in this. So if you keep that in mind, it's pretty easy. So we just went... Now this next lick's a little tricky. We start on the 7th fret of the B and hit it twice. So that was 1, 2, then on the 7th fret, then up to the 10th fret, back to the E string on the 7th, back to the B on the 10th, then back to the 7th, on the E string, again, that's, and then this next one here I always count out. I slide up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, like that. I can't even do it slow because I got to get the tune in my head. So let me start with this one. So it goes 1. So right after it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, it goes, and then and hit it again to end. So I'll do it once a little bit slower, I think, than I did before, and you can see how it fits together, but that's all there is to it. You're only playing over that minor pentatonic with a one note flatted here, so. And it goes back to, maybe I'll be there to share the land. So that's the whole solo. I hope I did that slow enough you could follow it. It's a pretty easy one, but like all solos, you just have to play them enough with the drum beat and a loop pedal that you can get the cadence right in your head, what has to fit. Okay, I'm back. I hope you liked that lesson, and I hope you can gain something from it. But now it's time for stand-up comedy. Yeah, this will change your mood. I'm going to tell you some hilarious math jokes. No, there are people who think math jokes are funny, and these are the best ones I got. To start out, let me see. There was this mathematician, and he couldn't find a job as a mathematician, so he was working at the zoo, and there's a zoologist there, and they had this project. They were trying to get these two snakes to mate, and no matter what they tried, the snakes wouldn't mate. And they were trying, you know, all the common things. They gave them some whiskey, and they were showing them porn flicks, but no matter what they did, the snakes just wouldn't get together. The mathematician saw this, and he says, you know, I think I can help with this. And, you know, they shrugged their shoulders. You know, they didn't know what he could do, but they didn't have anything to lose. So they say, yep, take a crack at it. So he takes the snakes, and there's this table over there that looks like a homemade table. Somebody cut down a tree and made it out of the logs. And he takes the cage and he sets it on top of this table. And then overnight, lo and behold, to everyone's surprise, the snakes do mate. And the zoologists are really impressed, and they go up to him and, how did you know how to do that? And he says, well, every mathematician knows that adders multiply on a log table. That was funny, adders multiply on a log table. All right, let's try something else. No, this will be a better joke. It's, there are these three statisticians. In mathematics, statisticians are guys, they work with averages a lot, and they decide to go deer hunting with bow and arrow. So the three of them are out there, they're walking across the field, heading towards the woods, and sure enough, a deer runs out. The first statistician, he fires an arrow and he misses 5 feet in front of the deer. The second statistician, he fires an arrow and he misses 5 feet behind the deer. And the third statistician says, we got him. You get it? I mean, we got him because, 5 in front, the average. No? You don't think math jokes are hilarious? Okay. We'll try something else. This isn't a math joke. This is a true story. It's getting to be winter now, so I'm thinking about the cold weather. And I remember last winter it was very cold. I walked outside of my driveway and I'm just standing there shivering. And all of a sudden I feel something roll down my leg. I pick it up off the driveway, I take a look at it. I don't know what it is, so I take it inside, I put it in the heater, and 30 seconds later it goes... Okay. I can see what level of jokes go better around here. But I hope you found this entertaining and had a good time watching it. And have a nice day and be nice to everybody.